High school can be a treacherous place, especially for those going through hormonal changes and are still trying to figure out who they are. In this jungle of hormones, posturing, and personal uncertainties, a hunt is going on that is driven more out of sexual desire than hunger. This is typically done by the boys, but what if it's done by the girls, especially those that are found out of most boys' leagues? And what would it be like for the boy who is the target of obsessed attention by not only one girl, but 5 of them? Accompanying this, the stereotypical hentai tropes are in play, but are directed toward the boy, not the girls. Greetings and welcome to Checkpoint Gaming. With this episode, we will be going over how to play the game Love Battle High School. With Love Battle High School was designed by Brett Finnell and published by Japanime Games. With this game, it centers upon Hiroshi, a laid-back, average young man with a history of awkwardness around his female classmates who were just trying to survive his final year of high school. With that said, he found himself in a predicament where he suddenly finds that 5 of his female classmates can resist themselves when it comes to trying to get his attention. Now he's finding himself divided between his adolescent urges and his obligations of concentrating upon his schoolwork. But if he does decide to give in to his urges, who is he going to pick for each girl desirable in her own way? First is Yuki, his childhood friend. She appears to be unable to make up her mind between annoyance with Hiroshi and being unable to be separated from him. But her feelings become clear, especially when any other girls show Hiroshi their attention. Second is Katsumi, who is the most seductive of the class and isn't afraid to show off her ample assets or to use them to her advantage. But she's no tramp and won't give out her goods to just anyone, which leaves Hiroshi completely perplexed due to her focusing her attention upon him, acting with her near uncomfortable levels of public displays of affection she gives him. Third is Rin, who has a specific skill and knack for gaining control over the situation and getting what she wants. She was a student council president until she was voted out of her position due to questionable punishments she doled out to those who broke her rules. And though choosing her would be a great ordeal, it is possible that Hiroshi is into that. Fourth is Takiko, who is damn cute with a petite stature. Though the staff is pretty sure that she practices this, she isn't to be underestimated, for she is pretty determined. It is rumored that she is already making wedding plans for Hiroshi and even has her wedding dress already selected and obtained. The only thing she fears is that she won't be able to compete against her more endowed rivals, thus causing her to flirt with the other girls in order to throw them off their game. And fifth is Aika, who isn't worried about any of this, for she knows that Hiroshi has a special future in front of him, and she is destined to be the one who will help him achieve his full potential. Her background is in both Eastern and Western occultism, which she hopes to use to guide Hiroshi and fend off the other girls. But she will also use her intelligence and natural beauty as well upon Hiroshi, alongside with her more spiritual pursuits. So with all that said, it's the job of the players to help Hiroshi and the girls make it through another school day so that everything turns out for the best and that everyone can get back to focusing upon what is important. This includes helping determine the game's one true match. With Love Battle High School, it is played between 2 and 4 players and will last between 30 and 60 minutes. When obtaining the game, it comes with 1 high school game board, 6 character pawns representing Hiroshi, Aika, Sakiko, Ren, Yuki, and Katsumi, 20 girl cards for each of the girls, 20 meddling cards, 25 plot point cards, 1 voting bag, 5 condition cards, 4 player reference cards, 1 6-sided dice, 1 class bag, 1 class period clock token, 55 key tokens, 5 love tokens, and 20 one true love vote tokens. At the beginning of the game, each player will secretly select their one true match or love triangle. Once that is done, the players will spend 7 rounds, which is known as class period, controlling Hiroshi and the girls in order to try and make their selected match come true. During the course of the game, each player can purchase plot point as well as perform antics that will help them obtain key in order for them to achieve victory in the love battle. In order to win the game, the player who obtains the most key, which is determined by counting the player's key tokens, plot points, and one true match rewards, is deemed the winner. When starting up the game, place the board in the center of the table with each character being placed into the starting room. Hiroshi starts in the entry hall, Rin starts in the science classroom, Katsumi starts in the art classroom, Yuki starts in the cafeteria, Sakiko starts in the history classroom, and Aika starts in the occult studies room. The rooms that the girls start in are also listed upon the given love track. With the love tokens, place them onto the 3 spaces found upon each of the girls' love track. After sorting the cards by type, shuffle each deck, followed by placing the meddling card upon the meddling deck space. From there, place the girl card deck near the love track while leaving room for a discard pile for each girl's deck, and then turn over 4 plot point cards for a 2-player game, 5 for a 3-player game, and 6 for a 4-player game. When placing the flipped plot point cards, do so in the marked spots found upon the board, with the remainder of the plot point deck placed into its designated space. Finally, place the condition cards near the active condition area. When that has been completed, deal out 1 card from each of the girls' deck to each of the players, as well as giving each player 5 key tokens. After looking at their girl cards, each player will vote for which girl they think will be the one true love by using their vote tokens. It is also possible for a player to choose 2 girls if they're going for a love triangle. It is worth noting that in a 2-player game, both players will have just like 2 girls instead of 1. With the votes tokens, place them into the bag and put the remainder into the box without revealing them. With determining who will be the first player, it can either be the person who most recently stepped into a high school or can be done through a roll-off. During first period, the first player will begin the game with players then taking turns in a clockwise manner until each player has taken their turn. After each player has taken their turn, advance the clock token so that it is on the next class period. With each subsequent class period, before taking their respective turns, the players will have to draw and then resolve a meddling card. This part of the game is known as the meddling phase. Upon reaching the date space of the class schedule, the game is over. Players will not take their turns, will reveal their vote tokens, and award one true match key, then add up each of the players' key in order to determine the winner. With the meddling phase, it doesn't exist during first period, but every class period after that, the meddling phase is in effect and comes before the first player's turn. During the meddling phase, flip over one of the meddling cards followed by performing the instructions listed upon it. The effects of meddling will also apply to all the players for the length of the class period. It is worth noting that with the card's layout, the title is found upon the top of the card, an image is found below the title, the character name is found at mid-card, and then the meddling effects are found below the character name. With how each turn is laid out, every player will take one turn during each class period, where each player will perform the two following steps upon their turn. These steps are the girl phase and the hero phase, which can be performed in either order. At the beginning of their turn, each player will declare which phase they will be starting with the other phase starting after the completion of the selected phase. During the girl phase, the player will first draw one card from any of the girl decks. After drawing it, they can either play or discard the cards in any order that they wish as many times as they want. This is done at any time during the phase to do any of the following: move a girl or play a girl card. With moving a girl, the player can discard a girl card in order to move the matching girl one space to one of the adjacent rooms. When moving a girl in this manner, the hallway doesn't count as a space, thus allowing the girl to directly move from one room to another, such as from the cafeteria to the art room. With playing a girl card, the player can only do it if said girl is in the same room as the hero. The exception to this is with Yuki using a jealousy card. Unless stated otherwise, the effects found upon the girl card will apply to the girl who played the card. With the girl card, the title is found upon the top, and the girl picture is found below it, and the type is found mid-card. In the text field, it is found in the lower third of the card and contains the remainder text followed by the primary effect and the secondary effect found below that if present. Regarding the girl cards, they consist of 5 types where each has their own special rules. With seduction, it can only be played if the girl and the hero are found alone together in the same location. The exception to this is Katsumi. With flirting, it will inflict -1 love to every other girl that's found in the location where the card is played. With enchantment, the player will have to pay 1 key in order to play the desired enchantment card. The exception to this is Aika. With jealousy, it can only be played in response to a non-jealousy card that is played from a different girl. However, the jealousy and the non-jealousy card cannot be played from the same player. Unlike that of the other cards, the jealousy cards can be played out of turn with priority beginning from the player found to the left of the player who played the non-jealousy card. And only one jealousy card can be played by each player for every non-jealousy card that was played. For every jealousy card that is played, it will have to be completely resolved before priority is passed to the next player. And except for Yuki, the girl who played the jealousy card will have to be in the same room as the girl who played the non-jealousy card it is responding to. With punishment, if it is played when the girl is alone with the hero, then the printed love value is going to be positive. But if there is another girl in the room, then the printed love value is going to be negative. And except for Rin, the love value that is shown upon the card is just the amount of love with no positive or negative symbol found in front of it. Each punishment card possesses a primary love value which is represented by the aforementioned number with a positive or negative number. With each girl, they come with their own special rules. Ren's special rule is you'll learn to love it, where Ren gets to decide if the primary love value found on her punishment card are going to be positive or negative. Katsumi's special rule is I don't care if they see us, where Katsumi can play seduction cards regardless if there is another girl in the same room or not. Yuki's special rule is I can't leave you alone for a second, where Yuki can play jealousy cards regardless if she's in the same room as the other girl or not. Sakiko's special rule is she can play 2, where Sakiko can play a flirting card and gets to choose one other girl found in the room to receive +1 love instead of -1 love. Aika's special rule is the power of my ancestors flow through me, where Aika won't have to pay 1 key in order to play enchantment cards. When it comes to that of love tracks, each girl possesses her own track for the recording of her love level that she has for Hiroshi. With this love level, it can never go above that of 10 or below that of 1. Those are the caps for each girl's love track. But with any effects that would take a girl's love beyond these respective caps, the love level wouldn't exceed the cap, but the effect will still count for purposes of claiming the plot point cards. During the hero phase, Hiroshi is allowed to move and take a single action. This can be done in either order. With movement, Hiroshi can move up to a maximum of 2 spaces, with the hallway counting as 1 space, and is connected to each room except for that of the 2 locker rooms and the pool. This includes the entry hall. During Hiroshi's action, the player would have to choose any one of the following options. 1. Perform the room action for the room that Hiroshi finds himself in. 2. Draw a card from any of the girls' decks. Or 3. Kick one of the girls out of the room and move her into any of the adjacent rooms. This includes the hallway. In addition to what has just been described, once per turn, during either the girl phase or the hero phase, the player is able to claim one and only one unclaimed plot point card that the character qualifies for. In order to qualify for a plot point card, the player will have to have completed the requirements found upon the desired card during this turn. From there, the player will take the plot point card and place it in front of them. And whenever a plot point card is claimed, then a new plot point card from the deck is to be immediately flipped to replace it, and the player is only allowed to claim one plot point card per turn. With the plot point cards, the tile is found at the top of the card, the requirement is found in the body of the card, and the key value is found in the lower right hand corner of the card. As the game unfolds, and when Hiroshi gains a condition, the effects are to be applied to all of the players until the condition is removed. But Hiroshi can only be affected by a single condition at any given time. So if Hiroshi obtains a second condition during the game, then the player whose turn it is will decide which of the two conditions is going to be kept on Hiroshi and which one is going to be discarded. This is due to the fact that people typically don't want disembodied spirits going around possessing an awkward boner, so this could be pretty funny to see. In order to remove a condition from Hiroshi, an endgame effect has to be used just as using the nurse's office room action. With the length of the game, it lasts 7 class periods, and once the class token reaches the date space, the game is over. From there, determine the one true match or love triangle. For the one true match, it is the girl that has the highest love score. With the love triangle, it is the girls who possess the highest and second highest love score. When this is completed, reveal the vote tokens. With the current votes, they are worth the following key. With the one true match, it is worth 5 key, and if there is a tie for the one true match, then every player whose only vote token matches one of the tied girls, then they will still get 5 key. With the love triangle, it is worth 8 key, and if there's a tie for a love triangle, that's seen with 3 or more girls tied for first place, or there's a tie for second place, then each player that possesses the correct pairing for the tied girls will still get 8 key. In a 3 to 4 player game where a player votes for a love triangle and one of the girls possesses the highest love score, but the other girl was the second girl with the second highest love score, then the player will receive no key. But in a 2 player game, then the player who votes for a love triangle can score 5 key for the one true match if one of the chosen girls is the girl who possesses the highest love score, but the other girl they voted for has the second highest love score. But the winner of the game is the player who possesses the most key. But if there is a tie, the means by which the tie is broken is as follows and in this given order. First, winning the one true match vote. Second, most plot point cards. Third, most key from plot point cards. And fourth, wearing the color and matches the hair of the one true match. With all that taken care of, let's take a look at the rooms. With these rooms, we're going to skip addressing the fluff and just tell you what act is to be performed and what the result is going to be. When in the art room, make a die roll. On a roll of 1, lose 1 key. On a roll of 2, discard 2 girl cards. On a roll of 3, lose 2 love to one of the girls found in the room. On the roll of 4, add 2 love to one of the girls found in the room. On a roll of 5, draw 2 girl cards. And on a roll of 6, add 1 key. When in the history room, draw 1 non-enchantment card that's found on top of any of the girls' discard piles. When in the occult studies room, spend 1 key in order to draw 2 girl cards or discard 2 girl cards in order to gain 1 key. When in the science room, gain 1 key and give Hiroshi 1 random condition. From there, move Hiroshi into the hallway. But it is worth noting that the player cannot take this action when Hiroshi possesses an active condition. When in the boys' locker room, add 1 love to every girl found in the room. But this only occurs if the girl or girls in question aren't currently in the lead or are tied for the lead in love. But when in the girls' locker room, make a die roll. On a roll of 1, give Hiroshi a giant head lump condition. On the roll of 2 through 5, draw 1 card from the deck for one of the girls found in the room. And on a roll of 6, draw 2 cards from the deck for one of the girls found in the room, as well as giving Hiroshi an awkward boner or spontaneous nosebleed condition. The rolling player will choose which condition is used. When in the cafeteria, choose one of the following. First, move Hiroshi and one of the girls found in the room to any of the other rooms that are attached to the hallway and immediately use the room's action. Second, subtract 2 love from one of the girls found in the room. And third, add 1 love to the girl found in the room and subtract 1 love from a different girl found in the room. When in the entry hall, the player gets to cash in 1 plot point card that they have for its value in key tokens, followed by discarding the plot point card. With that said, it doesn't count as gaining key. When in the gym, make a die roll. On the roll of 1, lose 1 love for every girl that is found in the room. On the roll of 2 through 5, add 1 love to a single girl that is found in the room of the player's choice. On the roll of 6, add 1 love to every girl that is found in the room. With the hallway, it is a special space that is found upon the board and it doesn't have a room action associated with it. But it does have some special rules connected with it as dictated by the hall monitor. With the hallway monitor's rules, they are 1. Girls don't count the hallway as a space when they are moved due to the discarding of a girl card. But it is worth noting that the girls can end up in the hallway if they're subject of kick a girl out of the room hero phase action or due to the effects of a card that refers to an adjacent space or room. 2. If the hero starts and ends the player's turn in the hallway, then said player will lose 1 key. And 3. Girls are unable to play cards while they are found in the hallway. When in the janitor's closet, move 1 girl that is found in any location into this room. Once this has been completed and there is only one girl found in the room, roll the die. On the roll of 1, move a second girl to the room and have each girl found in the room lose 1 love. On the roll of 2 through 5, add 1 love to the girl that is found in the room. And on a roll of 6, add 2 love to the girl that's found in the room, then move the hero into the entry hall. When in the nurse's office, remove the condition that Hiroshi is experiencing. When in the office, move any one girl into the office. When in the pool room, roll 1 die. On a roll of 1, lose 1 key. On the roll of 2 through 5, gain 1 key. And on the roll of 6, gain 2 key that was given Hiroshi the awkward boner or spontaneous nosebleed condition. The rolling player will choose which condition is used. With all of that taken care of, let's take a look at some final tips. First, players get to look at their starting hand of girl cards before they get to cast or vote for the one true match. Sometimes, players may have a standout card that can benefit one girl more than any of the other girls. Second, remember that while trying to make sure that their one true match pick is the one that is the most in love with Hiroshi, players can win the game by obtaining the most key. Third, plan one's tactics around the plot points that are available in the girl cards found in the player's hand. Focusing upon these 2 factors can help the player decide what girl cards are worth drawing and what to do during the hero phase. These are done in order to help maximize the player's key. Fourth, be careful when it comes to that bluffing. This is because it can either help or hurt the player in question. Fifth, with the lowering of an opponent's possible one true love girl's love can also be just as effective to increase the love of the player's own pick. And sixth, players won't always have to draw cards from their one true love pick in order to positively affect the girl in question or to negatively affect her rivals. There are times when the other girl card can be used to achieve what the player wants to achieve. So with that said, that's what you need to know about Love Battle High School. If you liked this episode, feel free to give it a like, and if you want to stay up to date on any future episodes we upload, go ahead and subscribe. You can also support us on Patreon for as little as $1 a month at patreon.com/checkpointgaming. See you in the next episode, and happy gaming.